Dysfunction? Do you have problems putting your words in a colostomy bag? That's why I've cremated this new program called Book on Phonics. I'll teach you how to testiculate my way.
Oh, you see that? Look at StreamYard. What's good, everybody? Y'all know who it is.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Coming at you one more again with the finale. The finale. How many pages we got? We got probably like a chapter and something. The finale. Or I'm going to try to get through the finale. Either way. Book club. Shahrazad's Ali. the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. We back. Happy New Year's to everybody. Ebo Sosa in the building. I see you, my brother. Just how are you? How are you? How are you? Village Aura, how you doing? How you doing? I see my boy D, Fishing the Fit. Make sure y'all subscribe to Fishing the Fit over there on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to Ebo Sosa here on YouTube. He is getting rolling this year, so make sure y'all check that brother out. Good brother, deep brother, but could be shallow too. You know, me and him, we kind of the same. You know. So let's get to it, man. We are on chapter 15, The Other Woman. The Other Woman. Please note the thoughts expressed in this book are not mine. They are from the good sister Shahrazad Ali. This book was made back in 1989, written and released. A lot of this stuff is relevant. You guys let me know what you think. We can expound on it. We can talk on it. We can discuss it. Whatever. Let's get to it. We're on page 154 of 180 plus pages, guys. So we're almost there. Chapter 16, The Other Woman. My bad, guys. Can I get a mic check? How's the mic sounding tonight, gang? Did my mic sound nice, guys? How's my mic? How is my mic? Can I get a mic check? Uno, dos, tres. What you doing, woman? All right, I appreciate y'all. Let's get to it. For these old eyes get tired. Chapter 16, The Other Woman. You got too many tabs open? Close them. The Black man's handling of more than one woman is in a bad state of condition. The tenderest part of a Black woman's life is the part that involves her relationship with her man. Even though she is not doing what he wants her to do, the fact that she is with him and claims to love him makes her territorial. She may go literally berserk if her man wanders for a one-night stand or develops a full-blown relationship with another woman. The Black woman does not understand her role in life with the Black man. She can be the woman or the other woman to a Black man. Both positions have their own idiosyncrasies of pros and cons. It depends upon the Black woman's perspective as to which position she will occupy, guys. She does not know that whichever position she takes does not eliminate the other position from the Black man's life. She cannot bear even the thought of this. While she does not obey the rules governing her duties as a wife, she expects her man to obey all of the rules of the marriage vows or of the monogamous commitment. She refuses to accept the truth about what apparently is his nature. There is no history of the Black man settling down with one woman and never desiring to have another one, before slavery, during slavery, or after slavery. The Black man has never been recorded to have just one woman. The Black woman does not know that just because her man does not have another woman does not mean that he does not want one. He just has not figured out how to do it and keep the peace. He knows for actual fact that if his woman finds out or even suspects that he is interested in adding another woman to his life, she would not give him another moment of peace until he has convinced her beyond all doubts that he has either changed his mind or wasn't serious about it in the first place. She would keep him up all night if need be until he gets it straight. Since the Black woman has reduced her own worth to her genitals, she also equates the Black man's value with his. She has an idea that sexual intercourse has some kind of divine worth to the Black man as it has to her, and that he should only reserve it for one woman, herself. The Black man seemingly is under no such interpretation and is amazed that she reacts so violently to him having another woman. He knows she is jealous. She becomes furious beyond belief and may have to be restrained physically from harming him or herself. Her first charge is that you lied to me, which is followed by, why didn't you tell me? As if his telling her would make any difference in her reaction. Number one, he knows he has to lie because he knows she can't handle much truth about the reality of his life, much less the fact that he desires another woman but still wants her. She calls it two-timing. She would demand all sorts of explanations, none of which appease her distraught emotional state. Sometimes she demands the black man to tell her every sort detail of the relationship, describe the woman, how he met her, whose idea it was, where it happened, how many times it happened, did he use protection, and she would compare dates to see if he had her on the same day or night he had her. Usually, the man will give her a portion of the answers to the questions. That's to kind of expound on that point, right? When I look at this on social media and the mores and things that I like, right? I never understand why men want to know the details. What's good, Carrie? How you doing? How you doing? I never understand why the man would want details of his woman being with somebody else. If you cheating, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know who he is. I don't care. It doesn't matter, right? That's why I know when men do that, that they're they off they square. You know what I'm saying? They learned that action from a female or another feminine man or effeminate man. I'm not going to say a feminine man, but an effeminate man, right? That reacts in the same way. Me personally, I don't want to know and I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to know no detail. Keep that shit to yourself. When you leaving? You know what I'm saying? Like all that talking ain't necessary. Usually the man will give her a portion of the answers to the questions. If he tells her the whole truth, he knows that she possibly would never recover. She wants him. Why torture yourself? Exactly, right. You said she wants him to explain it in such a way that proves that he was seduced by this horrible other tramp of a woman, or that it only happened one time, or that she belongs to another man anyway and it would never happen again. She wants to believe that the sexual encounter was brief, uninvolved, superficial, and consisted of only straight sex that was over in a few minutes. The intensity of her reaction is based on the magnitude of the value she places on sex. If she and her man are having extremely good sex, she quakes at the idea that he has done those same things to and with another woman. She is subject to wreck her entire world, no matter how long the relationship has existed, based on what her man does with his sex organ. A quagmire of examples of some of her reactions are as follows. She will withhold the peace. This means she may catch an attitude and stop talking to him, or she may just be evil and glare. She may walk in a hostile gait and be extra fussy and complain about everything. Nag, nag, nag. Number two, cry and seek sympathy. During this period, the black woman will remind the black man of everything she's ever done for him. She would try to make him feel guilty and ashamed of his decidedly outrageous behavior. She would tell her friends the whole horrid story, and they would express their sympathy about her unfortunate misfortune and agree that her man is wrong, a low-life dog, and she should leave him. Number three, she will let the house go to hell. She may stop cleaning, ironing, washing, and cooking. She may neglect the linen, his clothes, the dishes, or do anything else that resembles a work stoppage. She goes on strike. Number four, stop taking care of herself. This means she may stop combing her hair, eating, dressing, bathing, or just let her entire body droop in a daily and nightly depression. She may rush to the doctors claiming to be worried about having a venereal disease and warn him that he might have AIDS. Number five, tell his families, friends, or his boss. She calls all of his relatives and friends to complain to them about this awful thing he has done to her and what a dirty whoremonger he is. She will bellyache to all his kinfolks, pleading to get them on her side and intervene on her behalf. She will remind them of what a good woman she has been to him. Number six, she will cut off all affections. Sexual relations are out. She cringes inside at the thought of him even touching her. She vows never to let him touch her again. She cannot even think of going to bed with him again because she has a visual picture of him and the other woman in bed. And she uses her imagination to conjure up the worst scenario possible. Her worst fears are picturized in Technicolor, reeling in her head. Number 7, the silent treatment or play crazy. This means she may just stop talking altogether. If she is really desperate, she would develop some kind of fatal illness or lose control of her limbs and refuse to walk or stand. While her doctor may not be able to find anything physically wrong with her, she maintains, no matter how ridiculous she appears, that something dreadful is indeed wrong with her and she is near death. Her final pitch is to play absolutely overcome and have the proverbial human frailty of a nervous breakdown. This is her expression of pain, so profound that it simply exhausts her brain. She becomes incapable of handling her rage and disappointment. She may scream, cry hysterically, break dishes, thrash about, or have a fit. She gives in to the ultimate aggrandizement and becomes burnt out. This is a periodic collapse during the worst crisis of her life. Number 8, threaten or try committing suicide. Another last chance desperate move is that she will announce she is going to kill herself, and she may even try. She may take pills, cut on the gas, or slash her wrist. She will not succeed. She is not trying to. She wouldn't dare deprive herself of the thrill of revenge. She just wants to punish the man and make him feel as guilty as possible. This poor, confused, beautiful creature believes that his offense is indeed worth almost dying for. Number 9, start drinking more or abuse drugs. She may start drinking excessively, getting sloppy drunk, showing up drunk and disruptive on his job, drinking on her own job, or worse. She may take mind-altering drugs that make her hallucinate or sleep all the time. She will be lethargic and depressed. Number 10, she will abuse the children. She knows that no matter what anyone else says, the black man adores his children. So she may beat them more, verbally attack them, and rant and rave to them about their no good father. Number 11, hit the man, fight, scratch, and or bite him. She will become wildly out of control and gets up the nerve to think she can win a physical fight against her man. She is secretly counting on his honor that he will not fight her back because of his guilt and will just try to restrain her. In the meantime, she will get in a few good punches or scratches. She might just get so carried away that she actually tries to shoot or cut him. At this point, the man has no recourse but to defend himself. Things can get pretty wild and involve the police. Number 12, retaliate by getting another man. He may be her man's best friend, worst enemy, his brother, his father, or the next door neighbor. Any man who she thinks has a special value to her man is considered. This isn't what she really wants to do, but she is so out of control that she thinks this will vividly make her man understand a similar hurt. She wants at that time to cause the most lingering pain imaginable in his life. She thinks she has to do something, anything. The classic, number 13, burn his clothes, wreck his car, trash his office, and make a scene. This means all of the above and more. When inspired by jealousy, the black woman goes into a blind rage and will destroy lives and property, including her own. She is determined to vent her anger and she wants witnesses. She must be restrained. I never understood that. Like, why you tear up y'all own stuff? It's y'all house, right? You want to tear up the TV that he watched the games on. You want to tear up his video games, his clothes, most of the stuff, that y'all purchased or you bought for him, right? Most women dress their man, if I'm being honest, right? And then you end up just having not leaving, right? And both of y'all if you want new furniture, just say so. Right? Number 14, attack and beat up on the other woman. She will investigate and seek out the other woman and attack her or call her house and make threats or hang up on her at all hours of the day or night. She will tell everyone connected to her what a low down, man stealing whore she is. She will call the other women all kinds of vile names and make up any lie she can to make her appear to be a totally indecent person. Excuse me. Hey, it's cool, Lady Navoy. Do your thing, sis. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for stopping by. How you doing? How you doing? There may be many other variations of her reactions, but these are the most common ones that the black man must contend with in this particular event. Sometimes he has to deal with all of them concurrently. Hell erupts. All of the above listed actions are done to get sympathy. She thinks that if she can arouse pity in the black man, he will have mercy on her and stop whatever he is doing with that other woman. She wants to impress him that she loves him so much that she can't live knowing that he loves another woman and is sleeping with her too. She wants her love to be enough for him since his love is enough for her, for the most part. She does not understand that he is capable of being attracted to or loving more than one woman. And because of her refusal to try to comprehend this part of his nature, he is unable to satisfactorily explain to her this undeniable fact. Amazingly, the black woman complains, if only he had told me, or why, what did I do? And she thinks that it happened because of a shortcoming in her. Sometimes it is, but not necessarily. Okay. It is rare that a black woman is totally surprised to find out that her man has another woman because while appearing to ignore him, she studies his every move. She knows what he does, how he does it, how he dresses, what he smells like, his sleeping habits, his eating habits, his language, his ideas, his likes and his dislikes. She knows his routine, his rap, his eyes, and his desired level. She will sometimes not rock the boat of the relationship if he continues to sneak around behind her back in an acceptable manner, so as not to disturb the orderly life she thinks she has. She says, what you don't know can't hurt you. She also says, as long as I don't find out about it, or as long as he don't let me know. And again, to reiterate on this point, when we had these conversations, don't nobody know a man better than his woman, right? So when they act, what's the word I want to say? Ignorant to the fact of that their men did a certain thing, it's usually horseshit. It's usually horse shit because you know that man better than he know himself in a lot of cases. I ain't gonna say in all cases, but I know 9 times out of 10, you know that man better than most people, right? You just chose to ignore it, or you knew you wasn't doing your job, or whatever, right? What actually happens between the two women is twofold. The wife at home and the other woman both experience an immediate zing of terror laced with fear when it becomes apparent that all parties involved know about the existence of the others. The wife at home is scared that her man has found someone outside who he wants more than her, and that he will leave her stranded in shame without a man. The so-called outside or other woman is the one put exactly on point because she is confronted with the possibility that the man and his wife might break up. And if they do, he will probably land on her doorstep. And if she doesn't really want him, she's got a monumental problem. Him. If she does want him, she may be relieved that at last it's out in the open and he will have to choose. She knows he has been with the other woman longer, may have children and property involved, and has a financial investment in the union. So she fears that the pressure the wife will put on him will force him to cut off with her. Both women become apprehensive about the outcome and both immediately start making plans on how they will become the winner. Sometimes, if both the women are shrewd, they will both become extra nice to the man. The wife at home determined to win back his affections, which she thinks she has lost, and the other woman who thinks that she finally is in a position to be a winner or to compete, it says. The woman at home may become sexier in a marathon effort to wear him out so much at home that he won't have the stamina to bed down with another woman. The other woman may pep herself up to imitate the best little wife in the world to try to show him the contrast. The man may also be glad it's out in the open and may have a plan whereby each of them can live in peace by adjusting his time and money to take care of and see after both of the women. But he never gets to present the plan that's most appealing to him because of the erratic emotional state of both women. He has a hard enough time just keeping them apart. He has to deal with shock, fear, apprehension, increased distrust, hostility, and guilt. Both women will have varied levels and degrees of each of the aforementioned ailments. During all of this at home turmoil, he still has his job, other day to day responsibilities, the children, and in laws on both sides. It is a heavy burden, but not an impossible one to carry. Not if the man stays on course with the truth and doesn't give in to conventionalism. The Black woman's reaction to the truth should be relief. Instead, it is turmoil and purgatory. The truth comes to shed light, not to instill the darkness. The darkness of falsehood is a sensitive cloak that the Black woman wears to shield herself from submitting to the Black man's ideas. Another interesting aspect of this trilogy is that each Black woman involved in a 2-woman, 1-man relationship or a 3-woman, 1-man relationship, which does exist, is that they tend to be embarrassed for each other to know that they are sharing the same man. It sounds confusing because it is. In other words, it's all right for the women to know their man has another woman until the women are confronted with the actual existence of each other. They may want to know, but they don't want to see. Seeing represents too much reality for them to be able to handle. They think of the other woman in a blur, no face, no body, and no personality. Once she visualizes her comp, she tears away at herself in comparisons and hallucinations of her man doing things and having fun with this other woman. Fun. A competent Black man who is dealing with a wife and another woman who is also a wife of sorts learns to tackle the situation through trial and error. He may, if lucky, eventually get upon how to handle their mental, physical, and emotional needs simultaneously. He does this separately and rarely gets mixed up. He meters out his time, takes care of any crisis that arise in either location, and may also father children in both homes. He may attend functions or go out with each woman at different times, have a complete set of friends connected to each woman, be fond of both their extended family members, and do everything a man must do when he takes on the responsibility of 2 women that he loves. Sometimes he is able to do this for years. Sometimes he is able to do this only for a few weeks or months before the women find out about each other. Women like to think that their man was tricked into a relationship with another woman and does not want to believe that her man wanted another woman based on her own merit or his own need. When a Black man has more When a Black man has more than one woman for the purpose of adding more joy to his life, and because he met another woman who had needs he decided to fulfill, he must keep the woman under control by telling each of them the truth. Yes, there will be a fight, but it will be temporary if he is first sure that both women love him. She says she wants the truth, so give it to her, but he must walk her through it so she does not become savage and unruly. Excuse me. She will adjust and go for more than he thinks if she knows it's her only option to continue to be with the man she loves. She is quite resilient. She has never allowed the Black man to explain his need. She has never allowed the Black man to explain his need to have another woman. He chooses to believe that his need is based solely on sex. Sex is so temporary, it allows her to justify it quickly. Part of the shock is that she has convinced herself that her man has to accept what she is shoveling. Plus, the marriage license is the only legal document in America that the Black woman holds the Black man responsible for adhering to. She clamps down right on the Black man she clamps down tight on the Black man, whether married to him or not, because she has heard of the shortage of Black men and views every single Black woman as a threat to her world. There is no shortage of Black men. There is only a shortage of men who meet the white folks' standard of availability and qualification. She readily accepts the idea of a shortage and makes her selections from the choices prescribed for her by others. She has never heard of or met a Black man who stayed with one woman for the duration of his life. yet she expects her own man to be the first one to do so. She thinks she can change the nature of a man through prodding, trickery, and nagging. The black man's nature is not governed or controlled by American political or social laws, including monogamy. Her practices, he practiced serial monogamy. He may have anywhere from 10 to upwards to 500 women in his lifetime between the ages of 14 and 75. It is rare to find a black man who does not have a lengthy history of being with other women, several children, and the emotional scars of these involvements. Good relationships are the result of longevity and familiarity. No man chooses to voluntarily keep changing women. Part of the black woman's frustration is that she is incapable of having two men at one time in the way that the man is capable of having two women. This is true. They are not equipped to handle two husbands, two set of children, two households, two full responsibilities, or two lifestyles. Her capabilities are too different. Her desires are too focused. She is most content when focusing all of her attention and energy on one singular relationship. It is not her nature to maintain two equally involved love relationships. She simply can't do it, right? So to say that to me gives validity to the argument of how most women, right, uh when the children are in the home, they can't really take care of the children and the husband 100%, right? She either gives her all to the kids or her all to her husband, right? Again, most women aren't capable of, spreading themselves that thin, especially when it comes to nurturing and administering the love that's necessary to keep a relationship together. That's why most men end up in the background on the back burner, you know, during those early years of family and children. In the household. It is a mystery to her how the black man manages to do this. She does not even understand why he would want that kind of complication in his life. She certainly cannot understand how her man can say he loves her and loves another woman in the same way. She thinks it must be either or, not because of the impossibility, but because it is not what she wants because she has been raised to be insecure and selfish. She simply cannot grasp the motivation of the man's ego. She does not know that the origin of love, or she does not know the origin of love or the definition of it. And she did not get this way by herself. Her own strong influence managed to infect the black man with her ideas and force him to start an infernal history of lying to her. Uh, an infernal history of lying to her and pretending to play by the rules she designated. Her idea has not made for success for him or her. She has pushed the issue that her relationship piece with him is based solely on his fidelity. She uses other instructions to support her in her position. She does not know who the author of these instructions are, but she obeys and memorizes them just the same. Some of the slogans, aka instructions, are what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Number 2, I can do bad by myself. Number 3, all is fair in love and war. Number 4, all good things must come to an end. Number 5, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Shout out to Diamond. Number 6, and Ronnie, there ain't nothing a man can't do for me that I can't do for myself. Number 7, here today, gone tomorrow. Number 8, no romance without finance. Got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. Number 9, it's easier to forgive. It's easier to forgive than to forget. Number 10, out of sight, out of mind. What is he talking about? I'm not on no Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, guys. My computer tripping. Bear with. Doing a reboot. Are we frozen? is you talking about? Are we frozen, guys? Are we frozen? Let me stop some of this stuff. Would you? Yeah, my YouTube tripping. I hate StreamYard. I gotta get off StreamYard, y'all. I gotta get off StreamYard. I don't know why. Okay, we good? All right. All right. Thanks, Ebo. I appreciate you, bro. Where was we at? Oh, number 10, out of sight, out of mind. Number 11, fake it till you make it. Number 12, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Number 13, never put all your eggs in one basket. Number 14, all is fair in love and war. Didn't she say that already? Yeah, she said that in number 3. Number 15, never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, which is stupid. What's good, BZ? How you been, my bro? What's good with you, bro? All right. I'm sorry, guys. This is irritating me. There we go. Okay. All right. We good. Good to hear, bro. Good to hear. Happy New Year to you, my man. Happy New Year to you. I pray everything's okay with you. Everything's okay with you, bro. On examination, this is page 164, too, guys. My bad. It's like on examination, these are some of the most popular sayings of today. They seem harmless enough. They have been passed down from one generation to the next. They are sets of words that need no explanation when applied to a relationship between a man and a woman. They have endured and provided people with catch-all responses and attitudes. These slogans have done more to support the Black woman in her disagreement with the Black man than any other memorized text. She should be told the truth about everything, not shuffling the half truth, but any truth that affects her life and will give the Black man peace and more freedom in his life. One thing is for sure, the Black man does not have to worry that he is the only one who has been lying. The Black woman is just as guilty of lying as he is. Their subjects are different, but the effects of the lies are the same: disunity, suspicion, and doubt. No one sin is greater than the other, ladies and gentlemen. Bum, 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 right? Another area of confusion she participates in is the difference between what an affair is and what a relationship is. An affair is exactly what it suggests: a temporary happening, something attended, a thing to do, an event. In more precise terms, an affair is strictly an episode or many episodes of sex without responsibility. That's called fornication, ladies and gentlemen. Adultery, on the other hand, is sex expressed when one is not sure of one's womanhood or manhood. Adultery is sex used as a proving ground to try to convince oneself of capability and usefulness. A relationship is a union of a man and woman where they are responsible for each other, not necessarily financially, but emotionally, mentally, and physically. Shout out to her for saying that. Let me read that again. Adultery is sex used as a proving ground to try to convince self of capability and or usefulness. A relationship is a union of a man and woman where they are responsible for each other, not necessarily financially, but emotionally, mentally, and physically. A relationship is grounded in reality. Life situations are met with discussion and compassion, and there is demonstrated caring, involvement, and consideration. Certainly, a real relationship presents more challenges than a fun-filled frolic in the hay limited affair. Affairs are easier, less complicated, and represent immaturity, cowardice, and lust, raw passion with no real potential for love. It is a limited engagement that dies with the passion when the passion burns out or becomes impossible to satisfy. A relationship is unlimited, fruitful, educational, and filled with daily excitement. It is unselfishness in its most desirable form between a man and a woman. Now, y'all hear her. This is 1989. Now y'all know why relationships don't work in this generation, because selfishness, because people don't know what a relationship is, because people thinks money have anything to do with a relationship when it doesn't. Shout out to the big sis. The black woman and the black man must get past the stage of becoming addicted to sex. The possibility of sex and the temporary euphoria of genital to genital contact. Yes, sex is big fun, but it's bigger fun when there is a commitment and a full knowledge of the other person's far greater than face value and physical compatibility. To be selective of a mate is not being approved. It is being mature, intelligent, and considerate. The black woman must choose her man, accept her lot, and work to make him happy and be satisfied with her choice. There are no perfect choices among black women, and there are no perfect choices among black men. But all of the choices are potentially acceptable, workable, and capable of allowing both parties to have a measure of happiness and security. Things are only right to a certain extent, and the black woman must work to achieve the fullest extent of happiness and satisfaction available to her. It is whatever she makes of it. That's the end of the chapter. That puts us on page 165. Next up is chapter 17, arguments. This seems to be a pretty lengthy chapter. I think I'll save this to close it out next week, guys. Oh, we just says 854. Hold on, we'll get into this one. This is chapter 17, arguments, page 165. We'll go to 9:30. We'll go to 9:30. It's only 8:54. I haven't even been here on a full hour yet. So chapter 17, arguments. Need some water. I need some Wawa. Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right? Chapter 17, arguments. The black man knows that arguing with a black woman is a useless exercise and one he cannot win. Nobody on earth can out-argue a black woman. She may prepare for an argument days, weeks, or years in advance, rehearsing her strategies of how to get her points across. She will save up certain incriminating information to use it at the proper moment to give her leverage. She can speak very quickly and fire off insults hundreds at a time like a Gatling gun. The woman, while arguing with the black man, tends to sound as if she is fussing at her child. She does not distinguish between the two when she is angry, especially since she views the black man as an incompetent, immature being. Many a black man has become outdone and tongue-tied from trying to argue back at a black woman. She's a master at it. She will harbor grudges and hold fast to a hostile thought forever. She is very adept at negative thinking. Therefore, when it comes time to argue, she uses the no-holds-barred theory and vents all of her complaints at once. She will throw in new topics, things that she has been upset about over the past months, and is glad to have the chance to get it off. She will make the most cruel and throat-cutting remarks, and in every new argument, she throws up the old embers from the previous one. She will pout until she gets her way. A mere apology from her man is not enough. Nothing is enough if she is mad and thinks she's right. She might demand some material item like clothes, jewelry, money, or more until she is satisfied that her man is truly sorry and repentant. Sometimes it might be a request that he do certain housework, take her out, keep the children, or stay at home. This can only happen when a black man admits to some wrongdoing or lies, and she knows it's a lie, but she lets him get away with it. Sometimes the admission is not verbal. It may be a look. When arguing, she insists on having the last word. She curses and flings the most vile words out of her mouth. Sometimes she can keep up the same argument for days, never changing a word. She manages to stay angry for an extraordinary length of time, will huff and puff, turn red, sweat, stomp her feet, and slam doors or throw things. After a certain point, She ceases to address the right or wrong of the issue and merely fights to win. She considers herself the winner if she manages to drive the man out of the house, make him stop talking back, or get him to concede. If she has done something and is guilty, busted, she checks her mental files to find something that the man has done, which is equally wrong, and use that to defend herself. BZ said, imagine if she got jokes too. You know what I'm saying? Get ugly real fast. she uh she cannot rest until she forces him to admit his error. She has learned that the black man is peaceful by nature. She has learned that he will go along with a lot of situations just to keep the peace and keep from arguing with her. Sometimes she places outrageous demands on him to try to perk him into an argument. When she finds he will acquiesce to desensitizing the situation, she will press further just to see how far she can push him before he rebels. It's a game to her, and an unfair one, since she could not survive this kind of mental pressure from the black man. But she is petty, and she keeps all sorts of little mental scorecards. All sorts of little mental scorecards. Universal truth. Lord, all that, yes, ma'am, all that. I have had moments, I'm sure. But she is petty, and she keeps all sorts of little mental scorecards. And when the right moment presents itself, she'll let go with both barrels. Below are a few examples of the trite reasons the black woman uses to get mad and argue with the black man. I hope you're all ready for this list. Number one, if he stays away from home too long, whether she knows where he is at or not. Number two, if he visits with his mother or other family members too often or too long. Number three, if he does not take her to the place of her choice. Number four, Number three, if he does not take her to the place of her choice. Shout out to Cheesecake Factory. Number four, if he breaks a date with her for a reason she does not accept. Number five, if he says, I'll be right back and doesn't come right back. Number six, for doing more for his side of the family than hers. Number seven, for speaking to an old acquaintance with too much enthusiasm. Number eight, for dancing too close to another woman. Number nine, for looking at another woman when she is out with him. Number 10, for not telling her that he loves her enough. Number 11, for spending too much money on his other children, and that was in quotes. Number 12, for not complimenting her on her new outfit or hairstyle. Number 13, for not remembering her birthday or other special occasions. Number 14, for being too tired or busy to have sex with her. Number 15, for admiring another black woman on TV or in the movies. Number 16, for not being on time for a dinner or date. Number 17, for working too much, not cutting the grass, or emptying the trash. Number 18, for not attending a special affair with her. Number 20, for being too busy to listen to her chatter, preoccupation. You said, no, that person just out of control. Okay. Number 21, for not opening the door or pulling out her chair. Number 22, for wearing a suit she doesn't like or any other outfit for that matter. Number 23, for doing too many favors for his friends. Number 24, for loaning money to his friends or relatives. Number 25, for watching too much television or YouTube. Number 26, for not continuing his education. Number 27, for not asking for a raise. Number 28, for buying a car she doesn't like. Number 29, for wanting to have some time with the boys or the fellas. Number 30, for ignoring her accidentally when he is with another woman. Number 31, for not showing his affection for her in public. Number 32, for growing a beard or getting a special haircut. Number 33, for taking the children's side against her. Number 34, for showing out or dancing funny at a party. Number 35, for telling her to shut up or that she talks too much. Number 36, for telling her that her clothes look funny or too tight. Number 37, for telling her she has on too much makeup. Number 38, for asking her to clean up the house. Number 39, for expecting her to give him some attention. Number 40, for not going shopping with her. Number 41, for going to sleep in a movie or while she's talking to him. So she not mad, she just keeping those in the chamber to pick a fight, right? This makes my insecurity seem like light work. I'm doing great. Yeah. For not going shopping with her. That's number 40. Number 41, for going to sleep in a movie or while she is talking to him. Number 42, for not letting her drive or give him traffic directions. Number 43, for staying out too late, not reporting in or answering questions. Number 44, for telling her that she nags too much. Number 45, for forbidding her to do a certain thing or to go a certain place. Number 46, for asking her where she's been. Number 47, for asking her to fix him something to eat. Number 48, for refusing to babysit the children when he has other plans. Number 49, for asking her what she did with her or his money. And number 50, for telling and proving to her she is wrong about something. These 50 categories are just a few of these often tried examples that the Black woman blames as reasons to get mad at the man. The list is actually almost infinite and just as ridiculous. This is not to say that couples do not become displeased with each other for doing this or that, but the displeasure must be expressed in civilized terms. 50, yeah. Ebo put number 51 for not cutting her steak, right? This or that, but the displeasure must be expressed in civilized terms, right? A civilized person is one who does and says things in an intelligent manner, one possessing intelligent, mannerable, considerate way. Civilized, more importantly, means one possessing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, culture, refinement, and is not a savage. The pursuit of happiness. There is another kind of Black woman who does not, hold on. Say the list got me rolling. BG said, I know that last one strings for forbid she ever wrong or apologize for being wrong. God forbid. Man. There is another kind of Black woman who does not consider a fight unless some licks are passed. She's the kind who believes that she is just as tough and bad as a man and thinks she can say whatever she wants to, no matter how repugnant, insulting, or disrespectful it is. And thinks there's no ramifications or accountability. She tries to be a bully. She braces up to her man toe to toe and eye to eye. She presents a problem when she does this. This brings up a very unpopular and unpleasant category, the Black man's self-defense mechanisms. There is never an excuse for ever hitting a Black woman anywhere but in the mouth, because it is from that hole in the lower part of her face that all her rebellion culminates into words. Her unbridled tongue is the main reason she cannot get along with the Black man. She often needs a reminder. This does not mean that she needs or wants to be battered or beaten to a pulp. However, if she becomes disrespectful and viciously insulting to the Black man, there is a penalty. The Black man must turn the tables on her and withdraw from her bed. He must be disciplined enough to deny her sex. This will get her attention. She is often like a rambunctious child. She wants to know what her parameters are. If she is allowed to curse and yell at the man, she will get worse. This is not an instruction to be used as a license to daily beat the hell out of the woman. Frustrations and mental illness has already been identified as reasons for the Black woman is physically battered and abused by the Black man. This directive, that didn't sound right. Hold on. This is not an instruction to be used as a license to daily beat the hell out of the woman. Frustration and mental illness has already been identified as reasons the Black woman is physically battered and abused by the Black man. Okay. This directive is for sensible Black men who adopt the tactics and advice of this entire text. The author is not advising, when in doubt, knock her out. To beat the Black woman and injure her, or to strike her with the closed masculine fist is forbidden. For the black man to become impatient and just beat the black woman is savage and uncivilized behavior that is not recommended. If she is brutalized repeatedly, the relationship will fail and the black man will possibly be arrested and charged with cowardly abusing a woman. This is not the goal. Make no mistake about it. No black eyes, no punching in the breast or stomach, no stomping, and no uppercuts. Analyzing the options available to the black man when the black woman's mouth becomes uncontrollably disrespectful, they total only a few. He can walk away from her, leave the house, go get drunk. Number two, he can go to his other woman and complain. Number three, he can quit the relationship and leave the woman. Number four, he can try to argue back and lose. Number five, he can seek counseling or sympathy from friends. Six, he can withdraw from her bed and deny her sex. She may also have to be physically restrained until her anger and shock passes. It's okay to restrain her. She won't burst, and no black woman can win a physical fight against the right black man. The black man should not be so refined or cool to accept harsh language from his woman. Soon she will become trained and curb her vicious tongue when talking to him. She will gain a new respect for him and finally realize when she is exceeding the limits. She can cause a great commotion when she calls herself getting mad and has been known to turn the house topsy-turvy, report the black man's illegal practices to the police, tell his parents some deep, dark secrets about him, call his boss and defame his occupational reputation, slash his tires, burn his clothes, or do anything else she thinks will first embarrass him, then inconvenience him, and then make him madder than he has ever been in his life. She becomes enveloped in her dissension for one main purpose, to pay him back. She will even destroy items she herself has bought for him. She'll cry and scream and scratch like a wild animal, and she must be dealt with as such. After she has done all she can humanly do, she sits back and waits on the man's reaction. She still wants his attention, any kind of attention she can get, even if it's the kind of attention that gets her butt whipped. She wants a rumpus, a blowout, an emotional release. If it is possible to restrain her long enough to get her to listen, it is possible that she can be reasoned with. At this time, the black man should not lie. Repeat, the black man should not lie. He should tell the truth, untampered with, and in such a way as to make her understand that this is not the end of the world just because she doesn't like something that happens. Whenever she fusses or battles with her man, and when she is still unhappy inside, it is a very confusing dilemma she perpetrates because she doesn't really want to win. And whenever she loses, she gains more confidence in her man's abilities. She is so mixed up. Whenever she wins, it muddles her more. It is not that important to her, whatever he does, as long as he can give her the following. Listen up, listen up. Number one, companionship. She wants to be sure that he will not abandon her. She wants belongingness to be possessed by him. Number two, she wants to be connected, included, and considered. Number three, opportunity to give service. She wants the man to give her something to do that will help him. She wants to feel part of him by doing things for him, especially designed for her that no one else can do as well. She wants to be expected to do certain things. Number four, she wants a home. She wants a place to live that is secure for her children. She wants her home to be her sanctuary. Number five, she wants sexual fulfillment. She wants the black man to desire her and enjoy her sexual expressions and tell her so. She wants to be touched and stroked. Number six, she wants to be protected. She wants to be confident that her life and her children's lives are safe with the black man. She wants him to demonstrate this publicly if possible. Number seven, she wants her man to make decisions. She wants him to decide what she needs and give it to her. She does not want to have to figure out everything for herself. She wants him to take charge. Number eight, she wants him to be firm. She wants him to set the limits and enforce his instructions and rules, not by breaking the peace. Number nine, she wants security. Again, She wants to know that her man will not leave her for another woman as long as she performs properly, and that he will always come back to her. Number 10, she wants him to be spiritual. She wants her man to identify with and recognize a higher power or authority and guide his life by his religious principles. If the black man gives her all of some of the above requests after a time, she will become secure and give him peace. It is extremely tenuous to try to give her the things that make for peace because she has been taught to live in a mental hell daily. There are those who are idea producers and planners who give directions, and those who agree to follow the instructions to make the goals a reality. This system is the only one that works to make progress in anything, right? The black man's problem is that the black woman thinks she is the one who has the ideas and is qualified to give the directions. Well, she has been able to lead other women and some other white people, but she has not been able to lead the man. He won't go. He cannot by nature follow the woman. It does not matter what she has, who she is, or what she gives him. He will not follow the woman as his guide. He will rather mark his place, stand still, or step backwards, but he will not go forward with her in front. The woman has been tutored by the liberation seeking white woman to execute her own individuality and throw off the shackles of husbandly bondage and practice self freedom. While some of this may be true of the white woman's plight, it has no bearing on the black woman's situation since she has not been under the black man's rule since prior to slavery. Slavery was such a desperate time for blacks due to the race destructing tactics employed by the slave master. Not only was there unbearable physical pain and excruciating demanding labor, but separation was promoted by offering singular and individual rewards gained by pleasing the slave master and being a good slave. A good slave was one who consented to do anything and did everything possible to stay alive. The individual reward system ripped apart the ties of couples, siblings, relatives, and friends. Independent self-preservation was the rule if one wanted to stay alive unhurt. This training was a fallacy because the real truth is that the greatest advancements are made through unity and agreement, not of individuality. She is made Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. She is a beautiful butterfly encased in a cocoon of fear, doubt, and suspicion. She has been frightened and allowed her fears to govern her life and behavior. It will take a long time to get her back on the right path to successful black womanhood, and it is a journey she cannot make without the guidance of the man. The black woman seemingly have a bloodline connection when it comes to taking and following instructions. She is hard-headed and stubborn to have her own way. She thinks that if she obeys her man, that he will try to make a fool of her and take away her identity. She also fears what her family and friends will say if they find out she lets him tell her what to do. Therefore, she is disobedient. Obedient means one who is willing to follow instructions as a means of respect. Slave means a human being who is owned by another and dominated to the point of drudgery, mistreatment, and pain. Fool means a silly person, capable of being tricked or deceived. Black women are not readily able to explain why they associate disobedience with that of being a fool, nor are they able to elaborate on why they compared being told what to do with slavery. Here again is the psychological result of slavery on the black woman. The slave master systematically and graphically devised steps to prove in front of the black woman that the black man had no control of his will, and he destroyed anything he tried to build or protect. The black man's stamina, faith, and perseverance in the face of multiple impossible looking obstacles impressed her that he was a soft-headed man who repeatedly deceives himself by believing that he can do great things. It's a paradox to her. She doesn't know that every civilization has rules. Mathematically, to add means to multiply and increase, to subtract means to divide and separate. One unites, the other disbands. To unite means to come together. It is impossible to have unity and separation at the same time. Yet, the black woman will practice separation while living in the same house with the man. She maintains her own separate ideas, separate money, separate personal goals, and separate authority. She does not want anyone telling her what to do. She thinks she is the most qualified to chart the course. If the man lets her rule him, she does so with an iron fist. Daily insults, threats, ignoring his presence, telling him what to do every step of the way, abusive language, denial of sex and respect. He has to be home after work at exactly the same time every day. He has to clean the house, take care of his own clothes, wash dishes, fix his own food, maybe sleep in another room, stay in every night, not spend any money without her permission. And throughout all of this, she requires that he acts like he likes it. She calls this keeping him under control. His life becomes pure hell and totally against his nature, and she thinks that this is the way to have a successful relationship with the man. These are her peace requirements. On the other side, juxtaposing her position, she has some inner feelings that represent disdain for herself. She hates the black man for letting her treat him this way. She wants him to stand up and defend himself, even if it means he has to knock her out of the way to do so. This is necessary whenever the black woman steps out of the protection of womanly behaviors and enters the dangerous domain of masculine challenge. Regretfully, some black women want to be physically controlled. They may call each other up on the phone and proudly brag to each other about how my man beat my ass or beat the shit out of me or kicked my ass. These confessions do not usually mean she was brutally attacked or injured bodily. They just mean that they got busted in something that other black women understand and realize the risk that they take every day keeping up the game. A bust can be devastating too, but masochism is not new to her. Sometimes her sexual desires become perverted to the point that she derives a real pleasure after being hit because she likes the special attention she gets during makeup. Some of them report that sex is extra good right after a good fight. Sound familiar, guys? The black man should not give in to her abnormal distortion of sexual stimulation connected to pain, not unless they both agree that this is how they like it, and both parties go through these motions on a voluntary basis. The woman does not know why certain kinds of pain and discord appeal to her. She does not know why she chooses misery over happiness. She gives no considerations to the roots of her ideas. She thinks that everything she thinks comes from directly from deep inside her nature, and that whatever she feels is a permanent part of her. She learned everything she knows from other people in the form of instruction or suggestion. Excuse me. The majority of her instructions did not have her well being in mind. She must be encouraged to talk and study her own behavior, to trace her ideas to the place and point she took them on. She must learn to recognize the signs of backsliding. It takes a great deal of objectivity to study self, but she can be taught to do so. Everyone must be taught to do so if change is desired. The principles of how to think and use the brain must be studied so the brain of the black woman can be reactivated with new ideas of peace and love for the man. Arguments and disagreements between the black man and the black woman must be settled in such a way as to deal with not just the catalyst issues that sparked the anger, but the way the particular incident invited such a frantic and hostile reaction from the woman. Sometimes seemingly harmless or lightweight events cause great eruptions in the black woman's mood to cause her to go out of control. The inside true issues and reasons must be delved into to get to the root of her insecurity. I definitely agree with that. That's why, especially when I'm always talking to women or I'm having discussions on here or even in real life, like, why do you think that? Right? That'd be my biggest thing, right? People try to address things what people be saying, but why would a person say that? Right? Help me understand why you even think that way. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But a lot of times when people get into these arguments and these discussions, they just want to attack what's at the surface, right? What makes a person think that way? Why would you say something like that? Why would you ask that question? Right? Actually, the black woman's certain behaviors and the black man are symbolic of things that cause her unbearable pain and disappointment in her childhood or teenage years. So when anything similar or reminiscent of these occurrences appear in her personal relationship, which she is already unsure of, she goes berserk. She feels vulnerable, threatened, powerless, and scared. These are strong emotions when the woman experiences them simultaneously. Page 176. In examining the Black woman's childhood, the man will have ample opportunity to scrutinize his own. All must focus on the forces, the individual personalities, and environments from which they emerge. From these memories, they will be able to examine together the long-term effects of slavery and hard times. It will invariably be found that the disparity between the Black man and the Black woman was already present when they were born. It has existed a very long time, with each generation contributing their own part to the decline of Black male and Black female interpersonal relationships. It is not really something that the present day Blacks invented. It is inherited. It is an inherited habit of neglect, dissatisfaction, and perversion. The aforementioned three habits are not rules, nor are they prerequisites to living in today's world. They are patterns of behavior brought on by suggestions and conclusions drawn by Western societal morals and more. In the meantime, remember that the Black woman's real self is a wonderful, loving helpmate. And if she forgets this and behaves other than her real self, the Black man should collar her on the spot and insist she get it back together. He must treat her right and make her treat him right. If after the Black man tries every way he can to make the Black woman happy, does everything he feels necessary to make her satisfied, and she still insists on being out of order and rebellious, he should get rid of her, no matter what it costs. He should not waste his precious life trying to live with a woman who refuses to make him happy. Freedom and peace are priceless. There will arise a great resistance against the recommendations in this chapter. Black and white women will flail against the mere idea of suggesting that the man defend himself physically against the verbal attacks of the Black woman. They will cite cases of Black women who have been battered by mentally unstable Black men. But this directive is not for mentally unstable Black men. It is for serious-minded adult Black men who are in control of all their faculties and whose mission is to reclaim his place as the man over his woman, and who recognizes the absolute need for moderation and self-control. Until the argument issue is settled and until the Black man is proclaimed the national winner, the Black woman will continue to talk rough to her man. He must make her respect him, and she must live and behave in such a way as to make him respect her. This is called mutual respect. The Black man must not rule his wife and family with an unrelenting iron fist. He must be loving, understanding, flexible on the minor issues, and willing to confront and work on the visible and invisible problems lurking in his household. When he functions in this way, he is in the best position to reprimand or punish wrongdoing. Chapter 18, the conclusion. Every chapter in this book is filled with examples of the kind of problems the Black woman has both emotionally and mentally. Until the Black man is able to collectively access the amount of psychological damage, collectively assess the amount of psychological damage done to the character of the Black woman, he cannot know where or how to begin to correct it. It's deep. It's an affection that for many years has robbed the Black man from reaching his full potential as the king of kings. He is held back by his queen, who is deeply entrenched in fear. Fear that she will be recognized and required to change. Boy, if you don't, that's a word. Fear that she will be recognized and required to change. She is trying to run away from the problem. She is trying to flee from the individual work that must be done to save our nation. Although not lazy by nature, she has become loose and careless about herself, about her man, and her family. Her brain is smaller than the man, so while she is acclaimed for her high scholastic achievement, Her thought processes do not compare to a conscious black man. Her complaints and whining about the lack of qualified men has led her to white men, celibacy, and lesbianism. She would rather live in the artificial stages of these type of random, poorly thought out choices than accept the options offered to her by the black man. As the first, the original, and the leader, the black man is responsible for remaking the black woman into what she must become. It is not the easiest job, and payment will be slow and the initial benefits few. The recipient challenges the work that must be done. She is hard to train, and it will take some time. Patience, endurance, and attention. Great sacrifice reap great results. Occasionally, there surfaces a black woman who strives to be civilized. She is refined, intelligent, clean, courteous, and cheerful. It is a lucky black man who finds or makes this kind of black woman. She represents good material to work with. She requires guidance, but because of her being in line with the true nature of the black woman, she is easy to train and submit herself for correction. This type of woman accepts her responsibilities as a wife and as a mother. She is satisfied and content with what her man provides for her and her family. Money is not her God. She lives a simpler existence, teaches her children good values, and spends time with them to influence their futures. She is obedient and respectful to her man, pursues wholesome goals, is respected in her community, and dresses in a stylish, non-seductive way. She does not curse or be loud in public. She supports her man and enjoys the splendor of a happy sex life. This kind of black woman is a rarity, but she does exist. The black man's work on the black woman must be carefully done so as not to permanently maim her ego. He must approach and challenge her behavior head on, and he must do it in such a way that will not drive her insane. He must do it in a way, possibly different, in each situation according to the degree of the problem. His words must not be based on the rationale and reasoning of the American way of life. Instead, his way must be one of his very own design based on his individual needs and desires, whatever he wants his woman, children, and home to be like. His standards for making these decisions must not be calculated necessarily by the current American lifestyles. He must figure out how to maintain a family and household in peace, a household where there is love and sincere caring for each of the members. He must control his group by being civilized in his asking and telling. The initial introduction of a new way of living will be a little rocky, but this will subside in about 3 weeks. It takes approximately 3 weeks to make a change. If the man can maintain his seriousness of purpose for just 3 weeks, he will start to reap the benefits of change. The black woman should be the proudest female on earth, and she should feel she is the most blessed of all humankind because she is the mate of the greatest form of life on this planet, the black man. Instead of opting for this prestigious position, she has chosen the role of rebellion and hostility. But she is not herself. Herself is the most valuable and the most beautiful vessel the black man owns. She has no match. Also remember that much covered in this text concerning the problems of the black woman discusses variable levels of indoctrination. Certainly not all black women suffer from all these traits to the fullest extent, but rest assured that all of them are tainted on some level with every ailment mentioned, covertly, overtly, or both. These are very serious times. Black lives are at risk from the deadly extremes of drugs to the misleading comforts of nestling in the warm armpits of the system. Every stage of livelihood is contaminated. The plan to create a dead brain in the slave was set in motion in 1555, and the effect was designed to be self-perpetuating throughout each commencing generation. It is a mold, a frame of mind, and an idea of mental death and deterioration that permeates the black nation. Currently, the disconnection of black people and their failure to come to an agreement on the time and what must be done continues to mushroom. Judge Dario in the building. What's good with you, my boy? What's happening with you, my guy? Appreciate the 20 ball, man. Thanks so much for always supporting me and coming through, man. We almost through with this book. Thanks for coming through, bro. Keep that up on the bottom. Keep that up on the bottom. Keep some color in there. Right. Where am I at? 1555. Currently, the disconnection of Black people and their failure to come to an agreement on the time and what must be done continues to mushroom and snowball at the same time. The problems loom larger and are more widespread than ever in the 90s. Distrust, disunity, and disagreement is rampant in every Black community and worse, in nearly every Black household. The condition of the Black woman is the strongest manifestation of this defect. Clear warnings have come from the problem solvers of our era, and some of the solutions have even been presented by the problem makers, but to date they have all been rejected. Groups are splintered and competitive within each other. This is also witnessed in the Black family. The warners who came with clear messages have died, been killed, or systematically ignored, and truth has been reduced to an interpretation of mere opinion. Does this sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen? Again, 1989. 1989, they was talking about this. It does not matter how much financial help is given to the Black nation or how much is taken away. If the basic foundation of Black men and Black women's attachments is not repaired, the Black nation in America will continue to self-destruct without additional help or hindrance from anyone. It is already on a roll. Superior education, business advancement, sports achievement, and marvelous entertainment is not enough. We must breed a new people and teach them new ideas. Black men and Black women have a clear choice to make, a choice to live resulting from change, or a choice to die from rejecting the truth. Shout out to Ebo with the support. Appreciate you, big dog. Make sure y'all check out my boy Ebo Sosa. YouTube. There is no point in being embarrassed about the facts presented in this text because they simply outline the current effect of 4 centuries of slavery on the minds and actions of Black people, all of the Black people, including the colored, the Negro, the Blacks, the melanated, the Afro-American, and the new title, African American. It is still not settled about who we are. And superficial unity based on racial identification is not adequate for progress anyway. The sheer ignorance and mimicry that Blacks practice is recognized and known throughout the civilized world. The pitiful state of condition of the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child is not hidden, certainly not from the people who caused it to be this way. Remember, the Black nation is not responsible for being enslaved. However, we are responsible for our freedoms. And until Black couples make a conscious decision to practice the behavioral modification required to change the slavery thought patterns and combat the practices that perpetuate failure and dependency, the Black family will continue on the downhill roller coaster to hell and extinction it is currently riding. We can no longer look to the people who put us in this condition to provide us a way out of it. We must do this ourselves. We must plan sanely for our futures. So make no mistake about it. This writing is a call for the blood, the special blood of the seed of the original men who have within their genes the knowledge of great legacies of progress and eternal peace. Every Black man will not heed this call. For some of them, it is already too late. They have already been emotionally destroyed. Their problems are only symptoms of the causes, which are detailed in this book. This writing is also a call to the Black man to confront and conquer the terror-filled veins flowing throughout the Black woman's body. And it is a platform for the Black man to learn what he must do to survive. No Black man is exempt from these instructions. Repeat, no Black man is exempt from this information. He must elevate himself to the occasion. Rise, Black man, and take your rightful place as ruler of the universe and everything in it, including your woman. That is the conclusion of the Good Sisters book. The Blackman's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. First book down on book club coming up next week. No, Ebo, I used to have them, but I don't no more. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. I ain't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the Black Woman's Guide to Understanding the Black Man too, and put that in rotation. But next week, Self-Made Man. Again, this is the story of the lady, the white woman, who for 18 months, 16 or 18 months, went undercover as a man. And as you guys know, she deleted herself later in her life after realizing how cruel and unjust men are treated in society, at least in her opinion, right? So this is what we're going to start on next week. This book is pretty lengthy. Let's see. This one is roughly 290 pages. This is what we on next week. Yeah. What y'all got for me before we get out of here? No, I answered that already. Oh shit, yeah, we on that book. We on this next week. And starting this week, I'm working on being more consistent. I'm about to change up the format of my channel too. So y'all get ready for that. Y'all get ready for those changes. I'm changing the look. I'm changing what I do. I'm just being honest. I'm on this thing. I might as well get paid for it. That's why I'm at this year in 2024. Right. I'm seeing there's a lot easier ways to make money on YouTube. And I'm gonna go that route. I'm glad I got a haircut appointment tomorrow. Right. So we're gonna try that out. So look forward to that, y'all. I'm saying probably within the next month or so. I'm gonna relaunch. Right now I'm working on all my my artwork to revamp my page. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. I am gonna start working on the merch again. So y'all I'm gonna update my merch, get some more shirts out, more hoodies, things of that nature with some new designs for y'all. Also gonna start working on getting my shorts together. I got a bunch of memorable clips that I did not just over here, but I don't know how many people platforms and shows. I need to get those shorts out so I can again start monetizing and making use of my time while I'm on this thing. Yeah. So that's what the intro is fire, sir. The intro is fire, sir. Especially the intro music by yours truly. But that's all I got, man. Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before we get out of here? Anything y'all want an opinion on? Y'all want to discuss? Yeah. Because otherwise, we can go ahead and end it, man. Again, shout out to the sisters. I'm gonna see if I could talk to her. I'm gonna go ahead and message her on IG, see if I can interview her. I really want to talk to that lady. So I'm gonna see if I can make that happen. Yeah, man. Again, shout out to y'all for coming through. IG, check while I'm right here. Y'all bear with me, man. Where's my book at? Make life difficult for yourself. Oh, man. SHAH. I spelled it right? Nope, of course I did. I'm gonna have to find her. I can't find her. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can make that happen for us. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm about to get y'all out of here. Let y'all out of here, man. Y'all have a great night. Please be safe, man. If y'all is in any part of this country, where it's cold, man, buckle up, bundle up. Again, like I said, wrap these babies up, man. It's cold outside, man. Don't be leaving these babies out here in the cold. That's all I got, man. Y'all take care. I appreciate y'all. That's the end of the show. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here, man. Y'all have a good one, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. We back. Get the rolling. Look forward to the just keep your eyes open for me, man, and look forward to the changes as they coming. Right. So that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great night. I appreciate y'all coming through. We are done with that book. Next week we start a new one. Again, shout out to book club. Shout out to y'all. We'll be back. Peace.
Stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. I'd be lying if I said I ain't understand, my nigga. Cause who you gon' follow when the leaders all get swallowed? You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. For yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. I'd be lying if I said I ain't understand, my nigga. Cause who you gon' follow when the leaders all get swallowed? You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. I'd be lying if I said I ain't understand, my nigga. Cause who you gon' follow when the leaders all get swallowed? You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. You ain't a man till you stop chasing your friends, my nigga. Think for yourself, make your own plans, my nigga. I'd be lying if I said I ain't understand, my nigga. Cause who you gon' follow when the leaders all get swallowed?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Allow